kulan afur ah oo lagu xusayay weerarkii lala eegtay dadkii muslimiinta ahaa ee ka soo baxay masjidka ku yaala xaafadda Finsbury Park sanadkii 2017 ayaa lagu qabtay magaalada London ee boqortooyada dalkani Britain. Kulankan afurka ah oo lagu qabtay bartamaha wadada Finsbury Park oo aan sidaas uga fogeyn goobtii weerarka gaariga loo adeegsaday uu ka dhacay, taasoo ku dhintay hal qof halka 9 kalena ay ku dhaawacmeen, kuwaasoo ay ka mid ahaayeen muwaadiniin Soomaaliyeed dadkii ku dhaawacmay. Kulankan afurka waxaa ka soo qayb galay mas'uuliyiin ka socda xisbiyada dalkani Britain oo idil, saraakiil ka socda ciidamada booliiska, xildhibaano, duqa degmada Islington, mas'uuliyiin kale iyo dadweyne aad u fara badan. Xubnihii halkaasi ka hadlay ayaa waxay si isku wada mid ah u tilmaameen in meel looga soo wada jeesto dadka xagjirka ah ee haysta diin kasta, isla markaana laga hortaga wax kasta oo kala dhantaali kara midnimada bulshada ku dhaqan London iyo guud ahaan dalkani Britain. Isla markaana waxa ay tilmaameen inay ahmiyad weyn leedahay kulankan, waxaana hadaladoodii ka mid ahaa:
halkan maanta aad iyo aad ugu hambalyeynaya marka u horeysa inaan isku wada nimi. Munaasabaddan aan iskugu nimina runtii waxa weeyaan munaasabad farxadna leh, murugana leh, waayo waxa dhibaatadaas waxa ka dhacday 5 years ago, waxa dhacay terrorist attack baa halkan ku dhacay, oday baa ku dhintay, odaygaygu victim buu ka ahaa. Marka daa aawadeed baa street after loo sameeyay community-gu isku timaado oo in la dagaalano oo in si hoose ula dagaalano Islamophobia.
I'm Troy Gallagher, Councillor Troy Gallagher. I'm the Mayor of Islington. I'm absolutely delighted to be here at the iftar to celebrate community, to celebrate family, and to celebrate the great work the Muslim community has done and the communities of all faiths. This is a night about love, it's a night about peace, it's about working together. Thankfully to be here together in person after the last 2 years, and it's about being the best of each other.
Yeah, so it was absolutely a privilege to be invited here this evening for iftar. It's such an honour. I have memories of my childhood, as I think I shared on the stage. So I grew up in the Middle East and my parents lived there for 30 years. So it's a real special moment of reflection for me personally. It brings back a lot of those memories, and just to be here with the whole community, with people of different faiths or no faiths, to really come together cohesively as a community and show people's commitment, I think, to solidarity. And what was really covered, and I think so many of people have spoken about, is really the impact of COVID and the fact that the pandemic has showcased community cohesion at its finest, but also it's led to a lot of people being really isolated. And I think with the cost of living crisis that's coming up, a lot of people will be much more isolated, and that will disproportionately affect the most vulnerable in our communities. So from a police perspective, what's important to us is community safety, and we can't do that alone. We need to work with charities, with counsellors, with all local communities to really make sure that people have, firstly, trust and confidence in us as a police service to help everyone, and secondly, to actually work together to tackle the complex causes behind these problems and also make people feel safe locally.
This is a great expression of the real unity that exists in London between all communities. There are those who want to divide us. There are those who want to say that Jews and Muslims cannot live in harmony together, cannot work together, cannot cooperate together for a better society. Tonight, we show that that isn't the case, that the case is that we all work together for a better society for all of us.
Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. My name is Tawfiq Qasimi. I'm the CEO of Muslimiinta House, the mosque next door. I'm so happy and pleased that we are here today. There's over 2,500 people today, breaking the fast together. We're trying to bring the community together to celebrate iftar, showing them that Islam is the deen of mercy, the deen of peace, and Ramadan is being together as one community, one society.
Hundreds of people from different faith, different background, different colors, with no faith, everybody coming here to celebrate street iftar, alhamdulillah, during this blessed month of Ramadan. You know, Ramadan is a month of charity, a month of sharing, a month of giving.
أيام بانس كعزو من المسجد الحمزة إنجليز إسلينتون الحمد لله سوى عنا يا وصل قريب قلنا تذكر فرحة الريرين أيه كل ما الحمد لله وحن إذن جيلنا سومالي وينو هنا مرد اسكو على الفيوباتان هل مقطان أيه إذن جيلنا مش برواق الحمد لله ولا نمحيسين ياهي.
But this mosque is where I learned how to play table tennis, where I learned how to play pool, sports I only saw on TV. up until that point. This mosque is somewhere where I had made lifelong friends. You know, I even partook in community-led projects. So, for instance, we done litter picking. You know, and today again we're doing the street iftar, and it was through these community-based projects that I saw that the mosque wasn't just you know, separate to the environment. It was actually a key part of the local environment.
For everyone at Finsbury Park Mosque, for your friendship and hospitality, both this evening and through the pandemic and in the before times. The last 2 years have shown us all the power of community, the power of our neighbours, and what we have locally just on our doorsteps. Now, preparing for tonight, I remembered back to 2 years ago. I was feeling worried about the pandemic. I was feeling a bit isolated. I was walking around the park for an hour every day, not even able to sit down on a bench. They all had tape over them, so we couldn't sit down. We couldn't just sit down, pause, and talk with a neighbour. And many of us, through this last 2 years, will have been supporting friends and neighbours unable to visit family members sick or perhaps dying in hospital, and consoling friends bereaved at that time, experiencing the intense, lonely sadness of a socially distanced funeral limited to just a few mourners. And through COVID, we've seen our health and care services stretched thinner than we could have possibly imagined. We've seen councils, our council, GPs, the NHS workers, the police, all key workers stepping up to keep our community going. And community coming together to support each other.
First of all, I'd like to say Ramadan Mubarak, and then I'd also like to say how great it is that we've got 2 mosques in our area that really look after people, and they're so loving, and they want to create this sense of community. And of course, that's what we want to do. That's what I want to do. I've lived in this area, not this immediate area, virtually all my life. I was a telephone engineer. This used to be part of my area. I was a telephone engineer. I know every blade of grass around here. But the point is that in my role in the union, it was all about solidarity. It was all about a collective. It was all about working together. It was all about helping other people. And that's what's brilliant about our mosque.
CABDIFITAX علي شروع